is Kat. I am 55 years old. I go by she, her, and I am straight. That's... I lived all over, up and down the other side of the Mississippi as a kid because my father had one of those jobs where, we moved a lot. So I went to elementary school in Louisiana, for example, and then middle and half of high school in the Pittsburgh area. So it's pretty varied. Back then, we didn't even think about things like that. It would never have occurred to me to think about it. It was just, I think I was the first one in the family he came out to. It was over the phone because I was at school in Arizona. And we talked for a while about it. But, it wasn't a shock, really. It was just like, oh, wow, okay. My folks handled it very differently because my father was homophobic because of an incident in a bathroom when he was a teenager. So it was harder for them to come around. But they did eventually, and my mother actually lost friends because the only one I remember specifically said to her, "I'm so sorry your son's going to hell." And she was like, "I'm so sorry we're not friends anymore."
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of thing from that generation that they got. But Mom and Dad came around. Their full supporters have been since about 6 months after Jeff came out. No, not directly. In fact, at the time, my best friend at college was also gay. So, she and her girlfriend had me over a lot for movie nights, and we still are best friends. She and her wife live in Virginia, and as soon as it became legal out there to get married, she and Kathleen got married, and I went out and stood with them. It was awesome. He came out during his first year of college, which I think is also when my brother came out. He came out to me, he took me to lunch one day at one of our favorite breakfast places in Phoenix. And we're walking into the restaurant, and he said, "Wait, I've got to tell you now before we go in." And he said, "Mom, I'm gay." And I said, "Oh, okay." And we went in and had a nice breakfast and talked about it. I mean, the only thing about it at all that upset me was that he waited so long to tell me, because he always knew he could, because we're a very open family. And, he's not just my son, he's also one of my dearest friends. I adore him. So that was the only thing about it that bothered me, was that he waited so long. But he had his reasons that I don't need to go into here. Oh, well, obviously my brother was thrilled. He's like, "All right, finally," because I guess he knew. But, Mom and Dad, I wasn't there to see their reactions. It was all over the phone because they're at the other side of the country. So I can't really speak to how they reacted initially. But, it was all good because they were fully supportive of my brother at the time, and this was just like, oh, okay, another family member. One of the first things that happened after he came out to me was he had been in Scouts for a long time, and he actually made Eagle Scout. And, obviously proud Eagle mom. But he stayed in the closet while he was in Scouts, never told anyone, not even me, because he wanted so much to be an Eagle Scout. And once he made Eagle, he worked for a summer at the biggest Boy Scout camp in Arizona, Geronimo, and loved it, absolutely loved it. He ran the rifle range. So he went back the following summer to apply to work at the administrative shack, where he had been asked to apply because they appreciated his work the prior year. I can talk. And someone put a bug in the camp director's ear that Garrett was gay. He didn't get the job, and they told him that was why. So, I posted a big long mom rant on Facebook, and I shared it with a group called Scouts for Equality, which I don't know if you're familiar with it. It's run by a man named Zach Walls, who was raised by his two moms and is now an Iowa senator. So they got hold of that information and said, may we contact you guys about this? And one thing led to another, and my son actually went on national TV to talk about the discrimination by the Boy Scouts. And we co-founded together, my son and I, the Arizona chapter of Scouts for Equality.
So exciting.
I'm so proud of him.
Is that
Such
still
a
going
great
on?
guy. Yeah, someone else is running it now.
That's super cool. Are you in contact with them at all still, or?
Just a little bit through Facebook. We're not involved with them directly anymore, but we certainly support them. No, nothing really comes to mind.
Okay.
For me, it's all been very normal.
Okay.
You know, okay, he's gay. Let's move on with life. You know, and if he gets discriminated against, I'd go full mama bear. So, you know, I support him as best I can, and you know, he calls me when he needs to talk about something, and I am always there for my baby. It just blows me away that some people are willing to cut their child loose just because they're gay. I never understood that. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to talk with anybody who has trouble with it. You know, you can find me on Facebook. It's a public page. And my best advice is, this is still your child. They love you. You love them. You work it out. I mean, it's not, to me, it's just not that big a deal. It's all in who you love and who you're attracted to. And, you know, why should that make a difference in whether a parent loves their child?